every month that mortgage has to be paid. And if you're not going to pay, you gotta go immediately. It's called a 10-day or quit lease. If they don't pay within that 10-day grace period from after the 5th, and they don't pay their portion, we can file eviction, baby. So that's exactly what we did. We filed the eviction. I don't care about no government shutdown. I don't care about Section 8 being on pause. At the end of the day, you have to pay your portion.
You gotta go.
Yeah,
it's
you gotta
time.
go.
Time is up, and that's it.
What's going on, y'all? We back with another one. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. We almost at 1K subscribers. Thanks, everybody. We appreciate the love and the support through the journey. But we just here telling our story, so make sure you stay tuned. We got more content coming. Like and subscribe and comment. Whew.
So,
there's a lot going on, man.
Man, listen, y'all.
It's a lot.
Today, this feels heavy. This feels heavy doing this video. This is what we've been trying to avoid this whole time, and this day has finally come. So it's looking like today's doomsday.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man, that we had to come to this. You know, we've been working with this tenant for the past 2 years, and everything been pretty solid. We had no issues. We had a moment where I guess one of the ACs had went out, but we ended up getting it fixed. She wasn't one of those nagging tenants, you know. She paid her bills. She did everything she had to do. When we did our inspections, the property was clean. Everything was pretty solid. Being in this real estate market, you know, and being in this game for amount of the years that we have been, if I can say, she was one of our great tenants, man. Top tier for sure. But with all this going on now in this economy, we had to do what we had to do. We had to do what we had to do. This is our business. This is what we do. This is how we feed our family. This is on us. We got kids we got to feed. We got mouths we got to feed.
Exactly.
I understand the times we in now with all this politics and stuff going on and this government shutdown, but we had to make a business decision.
Hands are tied. And this whole process, since we came on YouTube, we came on the scene, we've been saying we do not want to do any evictions. We're fighting not to do any evictions. We're standing by our tenants. But our hands are tied, and at this very moment,
we filed.
We had to file.
We filed.
That's
we had to do it. At the end of the day, it's unfortunate that we had to come to this, but at the same time, it's a business.
Yes.
This is not personal for us. Yeah, we like the family. She's a good mom. You know, she has good kids. They really solid. But at the end of the day, this is not personal. No. We got to take the personal out. We don't have no ties to the properties in that way. We're not emotional or anything like that. We had to stand on business and do what we had to do for the best benefit for our business. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to this housing program and this stuff being shut down, the government being shut down and us not being paid right now, we got to do what we got to do because we got bills we got to pay. The banks already gave us a grace period, but now it's time to really come up with some type of strategy because we got to get these mortgages paid.
And we really tried, like we told you guys, we fought and pulled and tried to do everything from our resources to fight this decision. But when calls are not being answered, we can't get in contact with you, we're being avoided, we have to do what we got to do. It's either you or it's going to be me.
And what makes matters worse is that Section 8, the housing program, didn't pay, and she didn't pay her portion either.
Exactly.
So it's a double whammy. We're not getting paid from two different angles. That don't make no sense. If you have a obligation that you have to do, and we in a government shutdown and Section 8 is not paying, you can at least pay your portion. Don't tell us, oh, the government is shut down since Section 8 is not paying. We don't have to pay neither. That's crazy talk. Like, come on now. Like, what the hell? At least pay your portion so we can at least look at it like, you know what? She's paying her portion. She's doing what she got to do on her end. When the Section 8 opens back up, we'll be able to figure some things out moving forward. But you want to say the government is shut down. That's not our responsibility right now. When it opens back up, you got to get back with us. No, pay your portion.
You don't get to hide. We don't get to throw rocks. We're in the storm with you. And we let all our tenants know that. So for whatever reason, she's avoiding us. And it's very disheartening because I didn't expect this from her. I didn't expect this from this type of tenant. I mean, we do have a heart. Like we said, we like the family. They were a good family. But I didn't get in this game to be a social worker.
No, not at all.
This is about making money. Exactly. So I have to do what I have to do what's best for my family moving forward, and that's file those papers.
Yeah, so we went to the courts today and we filed for evictions. We got all our copies that we got. We filled out the copies and gave them a portion of the original copies, and we made copies of everything for our own personal filings and our own personal records and stuff like that. So we got that squared away. She should be receiving some documents from the court within the next 7 to 10 business days. And then they also have to send us a letter as well. And that way they can give us a date so when we have to show up to court, because at the end of the day, if we're not getting paid per our tenant, she's not playing her part, there's no excuses on her end as an adult, and there's no excuses on our end as landlords and tenants to keep up the property, because at the end of the day, when she has something wrong with that property, if it's minor or very large, we're on top of it.
That's it.
We're on top of it. We don't question anything. If the AC goes out, we on it like we did in the past. If a light bulb goes out, we on it. If the toilet is stopped up, we on it. We do everything we got to do to make sure her living conditions is good. But when it's time for you to make your payment, you don't want to make a payment? I don't care if the government is shut down. Like, at the end of the day, that's the government issue. We'll deal with Section 8 on the back end. But when you don't want to pay your portion because you're telling us the government is shut down, that's disrespectful.
This is not a break. You don't
business.
get a break in your bills. We are not back in COVID. This is not a time when you can say everything's on pause.
No,
there is no pause.
We got bills we got to pay.
So you still have to pay what you have to pay, and playtime's over. Yeah. We're not playing anymore. We're pulling the plug.
Yeah.
So it's time to get.
We filed the eviction.
Time to get going, baby.
This is the 3rd week of October. At the end of the day, when that 10th day didn't come and you didn't pay your portion, like after the 5th, really your grace period is from the 1st to the 5th. After that 5th day, you didn't pay your portion. We knew it was a red flag. I understand the government was shut down within that time frame, but that's not an excuse for you not to pay at the end of the day. So once that 5th day didn't pay, like every other tenant, we give them the 10 days or quit a 10-day or quit notice that they either got to pay in the next 10 days they portion. If not, they automatically quit their lease. It's called a 10-day or quit lease. If they don't pay within that 10-day grace period from after the 5th, and they don't pay their portion, we can file eviction, baby. So that's exactly what we did. We filed the eviction. I don't care about no government shutdown. I don't care about Section 8 being on pause. At the end of the day, you have to pay your portion.
You gotta go.
Yeah,
it's time. Time is up, and that's it. And we mean business. I try to stand by my tenants, and we're still standing by the ones who are doing what they can, and they're in communication. But when you ghost us, we don't have time for games.
Nope.
The economy is not playing with you, and neither are we. So eviction it is. Time's up.
Time's up. You got to go. And it's unfortunate in these times, and we know inflation is up. It's probably going to be hard for this family to find another place and stuff like that. And we considered all those things. We feel for them in that way. But at the same time, we got to do what we got to do. This is a business here. This is not a charity case. And at the end of the day, if you don't pay, you got to go. You shouldn't even be in this situation anyway. Section 8 is a stepping stone. You've been with us for the last 2 years. You should have already been gone. There's no way. Y'all got to level up, but y'all people try to stay on these programs for years and years and years. That's no bueno. I was raised on Section 8, and living in those kind of environments is no good. Even though our property's all of them are not in the hood, but at the same time, this property is kind of in the hood. This should be a temporary place. You already overdid your stay, but we didn't really care about that. We understand the program, and we understand that, it's not easy to find housing and stuff like that. But at the same time, if you don't make your payments and play your part and try to make an excuse because the government is shut down, you're not even a government employee. It's not like you lost your job. Did you lose your job? No. So I don't understand. What's the issue? You're not even paying that much. And I really want to say the number she's paying, but I don't want to put her business out there, even though y'all don't know who we're talking about. But at the same time, she's paying 70% of her portion. This house is only being rented out for $1,800. You could come up with 70%. But you want to make an excuse talking about the government is shut down, your stamps are supposed to go. I don't have nothing to do with that. We are business owners. And she don't even know that we own it, but she's going to know that we own it now, because once she see our names on that eviction, when she get them notes from the courts, that letter from the court, she's going to know what it is from there. Yes. We don't have to lie no more and say, the property's being owned by outside investor. We just the property management crew. No,
this is what
we own the property, and we want our property back. And when we get to that court, they're going to ask us, do we want the property back, or do we want the money? Or do we want the money? We don't want the money. We want the premises. We want our property back today, now. We are not playing with these tenants. It's next person up, next person opportunity. It's already a shortage of opportunities out here for Section 8 housing. And at the end of the day, when we had that place up for rent, we got multiple phone calls.
Yes, we did.
We got multiple phone calls,
Yes,
and you
we
lucky
did.
we picked you. It was a privilege, but you took advantage of that and tell us that the government is shut down. We felt bad for your situation because when my wife did the walkthrough and she was showing you the house and stuff like that, and she was doing the showings,
You was crying.
Like, let's not forget that. You was crying your heart out and telling us your situation. We're not going to go into details on that, but at the end of the day, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. You got to go.
We have showed up to your house. We have left notices. We see that the notices
No
are
response.
gone, but
No
there's still no
response.
response. But if something broke and she needed something fixed, our phones were ringing. So at this point, we have nothing to say. Our hands are tied. And this is a cutthroat world. It's a dog-eat-dog world. We live in America. What do we do with that? What do
We try
do?
to think outside the box and try to help people because we are for the people at the end of the day. But when you try to go around us and just try to flim-flam us or try to like spin us in a circle and come up with all these different scenarios and lies and try to make us feel bad with sob stories and you're not paying your portion, like I can't do nothing with that. No. I can't do nothing with that. I understand you have other responsibilities, but your number one priority should be your rent. That's your housing. You have to have a rent. You have to have your rent paid. You have to have a roof over your head for your kids. You got 6 kids. Where are they going to go now? But at the end of the day, that's not our responsibility to figure that out. Nope. You got to go. You got to go. You got to go. Because at the end of the day, when we filed that eviction, you're done. There's no coming back from that. There's none. You're out of there. You're done. So at the end of the day, this is the part of real estate that people don't really talk about.
Exactly.
This is the hard side of it.
It's either eat or be eaten. And at this point, we're not going to be eaten. We didn't get in this game to fold. We been transparent this whole way, letting you guys know that this is not what we wanted to do. We did everything we could to avoid this. We had said we're going to stick by our tenants, and we still are going to stick by our other tenants. This one particularly, she got to go.
And I hate to have to tell these stories because at the end of the day, we don't want to scare people from this business.
But you have to tell these stories because the gurus don't tell it.
No, they don't.
They make it look glamorous. They're like bracelets and Rolexes and
cars,
champagne.
Ferraris.
No. At the end of the day, it gets grimy. You got to roll your sleeves up and you got to get dirty. You got to get in the mud. Sometimes we're at the property ourselves fixing things. Sometimes we got to show up at night. Sometimes we have to go and file for eviction in the middle of the day. There's so many different things and components that you have to do in this business, but they only show one side. Yeah. So I'm happy that we're talking about this. I'm ecstatic because this is the real. This is as raw as it's going to get.
No, this is fact.
I want to take you guys on this whole eviction process.
I really do. Yeah, we're going to show
Comment below
all the
if
behind
that's
the
what y'all
scenes
want to
stuff.
see, the process of the eviction. When we start going to court and we're going through the proceedings.
Yeah, we're going to show all that stuff too. And then we probably going to do a walkthrough of the property as well.
Yes.
And stuff like that when we get the premises back and stuff like that to get it ready for the next tenant.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you got to go. You got to get out. You got to get out the house. There's no excuses. There's no ordering. There's no nothing. Because when that sheriff department come down there and they put them notices on them windows and on those doors, you got to get to stepping. You got to get out. I don't care what the economy is doing right now. I don't care if there's a shortage of housing. I don't care about any of that stuff. At the end of the day, if we already not getting our money from the government. Now we're not getting our money from you. You got to go.
What a slap in the face.
You got to go. We don't care about the sob stories, the cancer stories, the pastor's supposed to help out and all that stuff. We don't have time for none of that. And we're not going to even get into full details because we don't even know if these people follow us. But at the end of the day, that's just what it is. You got to go. We need our property back. And this is not personal. This is all business. I understand we feel for families and we don't want nobody to be homeless.
This is not what we want to do. This is the last result. This is the last result. What do you do when you're on the edge? You have no more.
You have no more options. We got to do what we got to do.
Exactly.
If you're not going to play your part as the tenant, you know, we do everything we got to do as landlords. But if you're not paying us our money, how you expect us to feel? We got things we got to pay to.
Or at least communicate.
Yeah, at least communicate.
All we were asking is for communication. We can't help what we don't know. How do you help that?
People think they don't understand that we have mortgages we have to pay. We got deadlines we got to meet. Like, y'all confused? Like, real estate is not just, no, we get these properties, we rent it out to y'all, and we just this rich family, and we have all these assets, and everything is just peaches and cream. No, this stuff is a transactional thing. You guys, we buy the property, we rent it out to you guys, you pay the rent, we take the rent, we pay the mortgages. And sometimes there's cash flow on the back end, sometimes there's not. But for the long game, for the people that know, it could be an equity play too, where you're not even worried about cash flow. But at the same time, every month that mortgage has to be paid. And if you're not going to pay, you got to go immediately.